I've said it before, and I'll say it again. One of my favorite things in the entire world to do is unbox new tech, and today we get to do that, but even at like a cooler level for me because I have received a care package from Google as I am a member of Team Pixel. We have this rather large and surprisingly heavy box here that says Google Pixel 9 Collection. We also have this sort of fancy schmancy bag that also says Google Pixel 9 Collection. We're going to open these things up. We're going to see what is inside them, and I'm going to give you my first impressions of the contents of those packages. To stay FTC compliant, I will tell you that these were obviously sent to me as a gift from Google. I also want to remind you of something very important. If you're familiar with the whole Team Pixel controversy, none of the things that were scaring people about Team Pixel apply to this video because the scary wording that seemed to imply that those of us in Team Pixel couldn't tell you our honest opinions, that stuff has been removed, and I am going to give you my full honest opinions of what is in these boxes. So I'm pretty excited. Let's jump into them and see what I got. All right, guys, so let's start off with whatever is in package number one. This is in the small bag, and this may be a spoiler. I don't know, because sometimes they put, yes, indeed, they put the box for what is in the big thing inside there. So it is indeed the Pixel 9 Pro XL. But on this, it looks as though we have some sort of nice, like, ornate box. And I think it began to come apart a bit. There was actually a rubber band around it. And yeah, okay, so it looks like it sort of butterflies open. Oh, my goodness, are you kidding? So that explains why this was so heavy, because the phone is inside a crystal. Goodness gracious. So that is the Pixel 9 Pro XL inside this insane looking lit up crystal case. That is wild. So let's take a look at the Pixel 9 Pro XL. I do appreciate, like they did with the Pixel 9 Pro Fold, that it appears as though we have sort of this very like minimal box design. It's actually really, really small and kind of difficult to get apart. There we go, went in the other direction. I'm assuming that the only things that are in here is your basic stuff, USB-C, and then there's probably a SIM ejector tool in there as well. But I do think it's cool that all of this is cardboard and is therefore recyclable. Looks like this is the 128 gigabyte variant, and this is my first time actually seeing this phone in person and getting my hands on it. And man, that really does have such a very flat edge to it. Unfortunately, it's glossy. Why are the edges of the Pro models glossy? That's just gross. This is matte. Like, this is good. You did good here, but why is this glossy? It's going to be a fingerprint magnet, power button, volume rocker there. A little bit high, but not too bad. Look how big that camera bump is. My goodness, that thing is absolutely gigantic. Sticks out of the back pretty far as well. Looks like, I think that's the 5mm or 5G antenna. Microphone hole up there, speaker, SIM tray, USB-C port, nothing on the other side. Only thing to do from here is actually to power this thing up, and we'll go through the setup process very, very quickly. One cool thing to watch here, I think you're going to get a different boot up animation here as well that kind of has like a Gemini thing going on. Yep, there you go. There's that sort of Gemini aesthetic straight away in the booting. And while it's going through this process, you'll see my Pixel 9 Pro Fold here next to it, significantly smaller in terms of the cover display at least. I really, really like this as well, the ability to set up from this other device. So we're going to scan this QR code since my Pixel 9 Pro Fold is set up exactly as I want it. We'll use it as our starting point. And while this is happening, for those that are wondering what other devices I might have coming along the way, because I thought as big as this actual box and as heavy as it was, I thought that maybe there were going to be some other things in it. Sometimes they've sent me like a Pixel Watch in the past or some earbuds, something like that. I do not have the Pixel Watch 3 ordered, but I did order the Pixel Buds 2 Pro. So as soon as those ship at the end of the month, I'll have some content on those as well. I'm on the fence about the new Pixel Watch because I'm really happy with the Pixel Watch 2, so that may or may not happen later on, but for now, do expect the Pixel Buds review at some point in the near future. Unfortunately for my Pixel 9 Pro Fold, which I just posted the full review of that earlier today, and it was actually really beginning to kind of grow on me over time. My primary SIM will be going into this new Pixel 9 Pro XL. Let me slide this out of the way. We'll do the fingerprint scanner setup at this point. We'll see how nice and fast that feels. Obviously, a lot of people have had issues with the fingerprint scanner on these Pixel devices. I'm not a big fan of in-display fingerprint scanners, period. I just don't like them. I prefer power button mounted fingerprint scanners. This feels, okay, but we're really not going to know until I am using it full time. Apparently it is the same ultrasonic scanner that is in the new Samsung phones. It's made by Qualcomm, if I'm remembering correctly, so that should really be improving things. But again, we won't do any judgment on that for just now. We do have Face Unlock, which I love because it is secure enough to use in banking applications. We'll do this quickly. While this is going through the setup process, I'm going to introduce the Aramid Fiber MagSafe compatible Thinborne case that was actually sent out to me a long time ago. And we're going to go ahead and pop the brand new phone into that. Very, very nice tight fit, and you can see how the cutout there looks. It looks like we're pretty much perfect there. Looks pretty decent up there as well. Interesting strategy up here for the antenna. They just sort of left that open completely. They did the same thing down here for the USB-C port. These cutouts look good as well. Around the camera, that looks pretty solid too. Nice grip, and I'm not a big fan of the porcelain color, so this kind of gives a better look for me as well. Let's continue with the setup now. All right, so I did my setup based off of my Pixel 9 Pro XL, so it has grabbed my exact layout. Now, some of these applications may not be completely installed. I think all of these on my bar have been installed, but you can see there that my playbook is not installed for fantasy football. So it is continuing to grab the rest of these applications. So just keep that in mind. It is working quite hard in the background right now. So if you see it do something kind of strange or lag or something like that, just give it a little bit of a break for right now. But so far, I would say that it does seem pretty snappy. I am definitely already digging this very, very flat screen. I am not a fan of curved displays, and we do not have one here. As far as the weight goes, I'm used to using foldables, so like a big, giant, heavy slab is still gonna feel pretty solid to me. Let's test that fingerprint scanner now. So with it turned off, we're gonna tap to wake it up. And tap there. I mean, that seemed okay, maybe a little bit on the slow side. That was a little bit better. Maybe I just kind of missed my mark a little bit. I don't think we're having too much of an issue here. I don't know. It seems okay. Maybe not as fast as I would like for it to be, but I don't think that that's really a huge problem. With the, secure face unlock being that fast, I think that that's probably the way I'm going to go anyways. But we'll obviously test that more as time goes on. One thing that I wanted to immediately kind of test here is the brightness outside. We do have automatic brightness turned on, and even with it still installing apps and potentially being a little bit warm, it is very, very bright. It's always so hard to capture true brightness like this on a screen while filming because you've got glare and you've got reflections. These screens are so glossy, but I'll tell you straight up, that is a very, very bright screen and will be very easy to view and to read out here in pretty direct sunlight. It's a little bit overcast, but obviously I'm outside and it's a pretty bright day. And obviously this is not going to be like a camera review, but I do want to show you just a couple of shots. This is the Pixel 9 Pro XL, and we're going to compare it to the Pixel 9 Pro Fold because I know a lot of you guys are dying to see what that looks like. So with the Pro XL, we can zoom in really far here, and I think that this looks pretty detailed. The exposure of these lights may be a little bit shifted towards a cooler tone than what it looks like in reality. This is more red than fuchsia, but that is the shot that the Pixel 9 Pro XL got. This is the Pixel 9 Pro Fold, and actually this color-wise is more accurate. I'm going to take the Pro Fold's color over the Pro XL, which is a little bit weird, and detail I think looks remarkably similar. So, look, don't take this as a full camera review. These are just going to be two different shots, but I think that these are really close, and I prefer the color science on the Fold, which is a little bit strange. Going to the 5x telephoto zoom, though, I think we should see a pretty big difference here. This is quite detailed for being in low light, and the colors look still a little bit kind of shifted towards fuchsia for me, and then this should be the Pro Fold. Definitely a lot less detailed in the telephoto. And the colors look a bit shifted towards fuchsia on this one as well. So again, we're not deep diving into the camera on this just yet, but I kind of wanted to show you guys at least a couple of shots to sort of tease you going forward. Of course, that full video should be coming probably sooner than later. So guys, what I need from you now going forward is I'm going to need your questions, things that you want to see covered, questions you want to have answered about the Pixel 9, in this case Pro XL. Of course, I'll have a full video review coming probably in about a week, 5, 6, 7 days, something like that, enough time to properly evaluate this device. But again, if you have any questions, let me know. I'll answer as many of them as I can, either in a reply or in a follow-up video. I guess I should mention as well, I'll put a link to this case in the description down below as well. Obviously, I've not reviewed this case for this device, but I will tell you that everything seems really quite good on it. It is MagSafe, so I'll put a link down there that if you use the link, I'll earn commission off of that, and there will be a 15% off coupon code down there as well. So keep that in mind. Yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. And until next time, stay nerdy, my friends.